Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Monday Night iBug Buzz. Today is Monday, August 21st, 2023, and this is episode number 597. My name is Brad Snyder, and along with my co host, the Ladybug herself, Sandhya Rao, we are your host for this edition of the call. The iBug Buzz is an open forum where we talk about all things iOS. It means hardware like the iPhone, the iPad. If you still got a iPod Touch around, you might still be hanging on to that thing. We talk about accessories such as headphones, AirPods, keyboards, you name it. We'll talk about Apple Watches. We'll talk about Apple TV a little bit. We'll talk about all kinds of stuff in the iOS world. The one thing we don't talk about is the Mac. We have another call for that, which just happens to be tomorrow night. But I know Sandy will get to that when she talks about everything coming up in the iBug world, which is coming up right now. So, Sandhya, why don't you update everybody and to what's going on?
All right, thank you, Brad. Yes, a busy week, yes, sir. So, all times are central and everything is on Zoom unless specified otherwise. What is happening this week, you might want to know? Today, we're going to do our regular buzz call, like Brad just described. At the midpoint, we will have our big reveal for the movie on Friday, so stick around for that. Test your knowledge of movie trivia. Then tomorrow we have two events. From 5 to 6, we have the iBug Mini Buzz on the Clubhouse platform. So it's basically a continuation of what we're doing here right now. So while you're dreaming of questions in the middle of the night, write them down and come tomorrow, and we will help you out. Then in the evening from 7 to 8:30, we'll have the Mac and Talk. All questions related to your Mac will be at that session. So definitely come. You don't even have to have a Mac for that. If you're wondering whether you should get one, you can go there for that as well. Then Wednesday we're off, and then Thursday we will have our It's iBug's Life. It's iBug's Life. And that we're going to be talking about something very interesting. The title is Be Safe, Not Sorry. So our guest is, it'll be hosted by our regular facilitator, Gary George Batiste. But the guest he will have is Tracy Hawkins, and she will be talking about security measures that you can take in your home and when you're traveling. So check that out. That'll be from 7 to 9 on Thursday. And we hope that you'll come and share your tips and tricks as well. So then on Friday is iBug Night of the Virtual Movies. 8 o'clock is the start time for the movie, audio described track only. When the 7:30 is the social time. We have Name That Tune, general craziness and jokes and all kinds of stuff. So come for that at 7:30. Then after the movie, we'll have a discussion and some trivia. It's always kind of fun, lots of fun, definitely. And Saturday, you might be wondering, are we going to have an Apple workshop? Well, no, because some of the iBug team is going to be going to the ACBT convention in San Antonio, so therefore we will not have a workshop this Saturday. But we will have one back in September, so hang on for that. Let's see. Social media, we have a website, ibugtoday.org. That is where you really can get all of the information that I just said and much more. I would definitely encourage you to subscribe or register. And then, like, we're about to end the month of August, and we send out a nice summary of all the events that are going to happen in September, and there are about 21 events every month. So you can get a good listing, and if you register, you'll get periodic email reminders of the upcoming events, so you won't miss anything. And we have a Facebook page, facebook.com/group/iBug today. You can put your questions there and help others with theirs. We have an X account, formerly known as Twitter, and we have an Instagram. And for non-technical questions, you can send an email to ibugtoday@gmail.com. You can listen to all of our podcasts, the training podcasts, on our website, on YouTube, and on your favorite podcasting app. And with that, Brad, I'll hand it back to you.
Man, that's a lot of stuff. I'm tired already just from listening to that list.
Me too.
Full week of stuff. All right. Good stuff there, though. Hope to see as many of you there as possible. Well, let's go ahead and get started with this call because that's what we're here for. What we do when we get started is we like to, as is our tradition here, go around the room. Everybody an opportunity to say your name, tell us where you are and how hot it was where you are today. No, I'm kidding. We all know it's hot. Just tell us your name, where you are. Most importantly, we do like to know if you're new to this call or if you're new to an iOS device. So, because we like to give our new attendees or new iOS users special attention. So, let's get started. My name is Brad, and I am in Dallas, Texas. Welcome, Julie.
Hi, this is John in Austin.
Sorry, I missed some of that because my screen reader started talking.
Okay,
but
there's
welcome,
John and Miss Bridget.
Welcome, Bridget. Welcome, John.
Chanel in Houston.
Hello, Chanel. Welcome.
Pete,
Angelo in Ottawa.
Pete and Angelo. Welcome.
Mark in Montreal.
You're Mark, and I didn't hear the other. Was that Gary?
Yeah, it's Gary, yeah.
All righty, Gary. Welcome. Welcome you, Mark. Welcome, guys.
Desi in Franklin, Tennessee.
Welcome, Desi. Who else we got?
Kimberly from Hamilton.
Welcome, Kimberly.
Vincent in New Jersey.
Welcome, Vincent.
Helene in Woodstock.
Welcome, Helene.
Dan from Southern California.
Hello, Dan.
Brian
Judy
from Ontario.
Brian, welcome.
Judy in Connecticut.
Welcome.
Gloria from Houston.
Welcome.
Paul in Columbus.
Hello, Paul.
Greg in Texas.
Greg in Texas, welcome.
Dana in southwestern Ohio.
Welcome, Dana.
Liz, Fort Worth.
Hello, Liz, welcome.
Jody in New Hampshire.
Hello, Jody, welcome.
Kathy in Tulsa.
Hello, Kathy, welcome.
David from Houston.
Hello, David, welcome.
This is Dee in Southern Illinois, and
Hello,
I got
Dee,
new charging
welcome.
wires. Does that count as a new device?
Say it again. What?
Said I got some new charging wires. Does that count as a new device?
All right. Congratulations, I
Thank
suppose.
you.
Very good. Okay, who else we got?
Thomas in Colorado.
Welcome, Thomas. Anybody else? I know we got some more out there because I'm hearing them coming in the room.
Sandhya in Houston.
Say it again? What?
Sandhya in Houston.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said something else. Like might have coming in. Welcome, Sandhya, the caboose at the end of the train. Waiting on that one always. All right. Well, if we got everybody, any stragglers, speak now, or you have to wait till the halfway point. Okay. Well, I didn't hear anyone declare themselves as a new user or a new iOS or even new to iBUG. If you are and you chose to be silent about it, we welcome you, and we are glad you and everyone is here. So let's see if we can get started. This is a open forum. It's driven by you guys. So who'd like to get us going with our first question of the evening? Since we have no self-declared new users, let's just open it up to anybody.
This is Helene.
Go ahead, Helene.
Yeah, well, every time I want to do the Safari going to Wordle every day, I go into Wordle on Safari. I go to Safari and I'm supposed to hit show bookmarks. And sometimes there's something on ACB or something that came through that stays on Safari and I can't get to the show bookmarks. Is there a way to get whatever is on that page of Safari out of the way to be able to get to my Wordle?
Sounds like maybe you've got some open tabs. Who can help Helene out with Safari and getting her a clean page so she can get her Wordle going?
But wait, this is Helene.
Yes.
There's sometimes whatever's on there I might have one open tab, but it won't let me go to the place where it says tabs or bookmarks. It just has it has that page that's on it.
Okay, well, who can?
This is Sandhya.
Go ahead, Sandhya.
Okay, so have you already tried just closing Safari entirely and starting over?
I've tried doing the three fingers to swipe up, like in case things were open, and then I've done a force shut, on the shutdown, a reboot, and none of those worked. So I tried today. After many tries, I tried doing that scrub thing, which I'm not very good at, and then I just flicked up and down many times, and suddenly the show bookmarks and that stuff was there. But I'd like to know something a little more scientific.
This is Pete.
Go ahead, Pete.
I'm just wondering if you've tried typing in a new URL or website address up in the address field at the top or bottom, wherever you have it, and open a new URL, meaning a new website. Go in and type in the www, whatever you type in, your Google search words or whatever in the address field, and hit go and see if that clears it. Generally, that'll close whatever's out open and go to your fresh website or search. Does that make sense?
This is Helene.
Yeah, go ahead, Helene.
Sometimes that is not available because the only thing that's there is this ACB thing, that the digest that comes in every day. Periodically, it doesn't let me enroll and get into it to see the schedule for the day. And for whatever reason, I have to wait till a sighted person comes in my house and tries to get me back into the ACB. This all sounds so basic for someone who knows. I know just enough to be dangerous.
This is Brad. I'm thinking the ACB thing is an email, and that would be in your email program.
Yes, but the email.
Have you tried? You have a SE, so push the home button 2 times, open your app switcher, and either close your email or flick left or right to Safari. And that should get you to Safari because the ACB schedule is an email.
Right.
But when you're in Safari, if you don't have an address bar at the top of the page, they've started doing this weird thing. If you're farther on down the page, it doesn't show you the tabs at the bottom of the page or the address bar. But I think if you do your 4 fingers and just touch near the top of the screen, it should move focus to the top of the screen. And that usually is what restores the buttons at the bottom of the screen. And then you'll find that tab button on the lower right. And you can close the current page, or you might have a bunch of current tab, I should say. You might have a bunch of them open. But you can also do as Pete said and go to the URL, but that's not going to help you get your type in a new URL. But I know you probably got your Wordle thing bookmarked. So
yes, I do.
well, once you get to those buttons at the bottom, you close the current tab, and then you can go to your bookmarks and open it up.
Thank you.
All right, let's keep moving on.
Yeah, let's move along then. Okay, who's got another question for us?
Hi, this is John in Austin.
Go ahead.
I have an SE and I'm running 16.6, and I have both a password and I'm using a thumbprint, and it's worked very well with the thumbprint until recently, maybe the last update, maybe the last two updates, and now every time it requires a password, and it's a big hassle. I wonder if anyone else is having a problem with that or has a suggestion. I thought there was something where you could limit the time that it asks for password, but I can't find that. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody help us out with why our Touch ID isn't working and is always asking for a passcode?
Gary.
Go ahead, Gary.
Just a thought on this. You may want to try to redo your thumbprint, because I had that happen a few years ago, and I was able to just delete the old thumbprint and redo it, and hopefully that would work.
That should do
it. This is John.
Go ahead, John.
What's happening, Gary, is this is even before I get to put in the thumbprint. It just comes up requesting a passcode.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, after you open the phone, do the password, you can go into settings, and then I forget now where that is, but it's in
under
settings.
Touch ID and passcode.
Yeah, you can go in there and redo your thumbprint there, because I've had to do that, a while back.
I see. Thank you.
Okay, I heard somebody else.
This is Chanel.
Yeah, Chanel, please.
So I was wondering maybe if for some reason the settings to use ID for purchases and App Store and the different things that require the passcode, if that got turned off, and you'd actually go to the same place in settings. I think would be the same on an iPad, to Touch ID and passcode, and you make sure all the things are checked to enable the Touch ID for, I'm sorry, I don't have more specific settings, but if you make sure that everything is turned on. If you go into the Touch ID settings themselves, I think it's called Touch ID and passcode.
This is Brad. I've also found sometimes it helps to put the same finger in as finger 1 and finger 2.
Oh,
don't know why, but that seems to help.
Oh, never did that.
Well, this is John. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, Jody.
Hi, John. The other thing you can do is, if you want to extend the lock screen time, you go to settings, go to display, and then you can increase the lock screen time so that it doesn't stop, doesn't lock the screen in too short a time. So you can extend it to 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or even never if you want.
Oh, thank you.
Sure.
This is Kimberly.
Go ahead, Kimberly.
Yeah, if you have a cut or store or anything on your fingerprint, it will not recognize it either.
That is true.
Like a sliver, anything.
That is true.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. Who's got a new question for us?
Mute my audio button.
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Jake.
Oh, Jake. Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, I remember this before, but I came in today, and the first time I tried to come in, it took me to the Zoom website. Now, I updated my Zoom, and after I did it, it got me into the Zoom app. Does anyone know why that is?
You just have to leave it at Zoom does funny things, Jake.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Who's this? Who is this?
Today, it happened today.
Okay. Yeah. Thought I heard somebody else. I guess it was you.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah, it does things. I don't know. And you were using a link, the iBUG link from an email or something?
Yeah.
Mute my audio.
Yes, I have the iBUG link in my contacts, and I clicked on it, and it went to the Zoom. It went to Safari.
Yeah, I get that sometimes too. And actually, mine always kicks off Safari, and sometimes I have to then yes, go directly to the page.
Yeah, this is Chanel,
Go
and
ahead, Shin. Yeah.
I have to go. It'll say, something like get Zoom app. I already have Zoom app installed, and then so you flick, and then finally it says click to join meeting, but it doesn't automatically load.
Yeah, I noticed that, but then when I updated it, it did it. It loaded automatically.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, let's move along to our next question. I wish we could fix everything with Zoom, but Zoom just does weird
Yeah,
stuff.
I know. But other than that, it's a good program. Thank you.
Okay.
This is Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
I have a question about removing contacts from my iPhone. I tried to do that a year ago, spent a couple hours going through everything and getting rid of what I wanted to get rid of. And then like 3-4 days later, they started popping back up again. So what am I missing?
Okay. Who knows what spooky things are going on with contacts? Deleting a contact and then they come back. Nobody? Well, this is Brad. I'm thinking it's an iCloud sync issue. Just make sure that you're online when you delete the contact. Make sure you've got either good Wi-Fi or cellular connection.
Yep.
And that should, if you delete something, you want to make sure you're online so that it deletes if it's being backed up to iCloud, that it's able to sync that update it with iCloud, because if it doesn't, it's liable to bring that contact back.
Okay.
This is Pete.
Yeah, go ahead, Pete.
Just curious, Paul, how you deleted them. Do you remember specifically how you did it?
I think if you swipe on them, that gives you an option to delete it. But I actually was going into each of the contact forms, with all the options and deleting it there.
On the delete button itself.
Yeah, within the app. Yeah.
I'm at a loss. Sorry, man.
I'll try again.
Yeah. Okay. Who's got the next question?
Brad, this is Mark in Montreal.
Yes, sir, Mark.
If I need to delete contacts, and every once in a while I go in maybe once or twice a year and clean them up if I need to. I go into the specific contact, I go into edit, and I go down to the bottom with the 4-finger tap, down to the bottom where it says delete. If you want to remove contact, or it says remove contact, then you double tap on that and it says, do you want to remove Brad? And you say yes or no. And then once you do that, he's gone. Generally, for me, if you go in and you go into the edit and then go down to the bottom, it works for me 99% of the time. Can't even think of a time that it didn't.
I was at
I
that.
don't know why anyone would want to remove Brad, but yes, that should do it. Go ahead. Who else did I hear?
Yeah, this is Greg.
Yeah, Greg, go ahead.
Yeah, a shorter way to delete a contact is just I think you can do a 1-finger triple tap, and that brings up a list that I believe delete is down at the bottom of that list.
Okay.
Am I remembering that correctly?
You talk about when you're in the list of contacts?
Yeah.
Maybe so. I'm not familiar with that one.
I think you can just go to the contact you want and do a 1-finger triple tap, and that brings up a list that has delete in it.
Yeah. I'll have to try that. One finger double tap.
Mark in Montreal, Brad.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
I've never done it that way. I'm not saying it can't be done, but I've never done it that way. I've always gone into edit and down to the bottom to do it.
Me too.
Right, this Greg.
Yeah, go ahead, Greg, and then let's
the
move on.
one finger triple tap is just a quicker way to get to the same place.
Right. All right. Well, thank you, Greg and Mark. All right, let's move along. We've see what else we got.
Dana,
go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I was wondering if anyone knew how to get rid of, for example, I have my first app is Calendar, and when I go to the home page, it tells me the date, and then it says first notification, and that's all it button, and that's all it says. How do I get rid of first notification? I go to notifications and I can't find anything to get rid of it.
And Calendar is your app that's in the upper left corner of your home screen?
Correct.
Anybody? Well, I would try, this is Brad. I would try opening your Calendar app and go down at the bottom. There's a button that says, bottom right corner is a button that says mailbox. See if that's where sometimes when somebody sent you an invitation or something like that, it may be, it would be in there. And see if you have anything that's pending that you need to attend to.
I didn't think of that. Yeah.
This is mailbox, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Could be what it is. That's all I can think of.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
This is Pete.
Yes, sir, Pete.
Just a quick follow-up on the contacts question from a minute ago. What Greg suggested, the one finger triple tap did not work. I went into a particular contact, tried the one finger triple tap, which opens up the context menu, and it did not even open the menu. I went into the edit on that contact and tried it again, and it did not go anywhere. So the only way I can think of is go to that bottom element on the edit screen on your individual contact is delete contact. So that would be the way to go.
This is Greg.
Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, I just tried it, Pete, and it worked fine for me. Now the contact should not be open. The contact, you just go down your list and find the contact you want. You don't open it. You just do a one finger triple tap on the and that should work. You also have options to share my contact and a lot of other options that you can pick.
Yeah, typical context menu. Yeah. Okay. Didn't think of that one. Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks, guys. All right. Who's got a next question for us?
It's Kathy.
Go ahead, Kathy.
I have another Braille question. I'm still having fun. Still having fun hooking up my e-reader. I wonder if anybody else has one. I know there were supposedly 6 states that got these things to test. Anyway, one of the things I discovered is if I go into edit, like if I go into notes and I want to type something. So anyway, when I go into an edit field, the cursor stays, or what I'm calling a cursor, I don't know, the focus of the Braille stays at the bottom left corner of the screen. It says numbers, as if, when you choose from letters or numbers. And when I type, I can hear the phone, I can hear the letters go in, but even if I back up or try to make a correction, I'm not seeing the cursor. I wonder if anybody knows if there's some command that turns on edit mode.
This is Chanel.
Go ahead, Chanel.
Yeah, so with any Braille display, first of all, you want to, gosh, it's been a while since I've done notes, but I can look at that specifically. But basically, the Braille will say like TXT to represent a text edit field, and you put your cursor routing button there. You're using well, actually, both e-readers have cursor routing buttons, and actually, several states now. The thing is no longer in pilot. It's been out of pilot for several months, and probably more than half the states have e-readers now.
Oh my God.
But what you want to do then to move, like when you're in the text field, to go to the top or the bottom, you do a .36 chord. Are you familiar with the term chord?
Yeah. And I do the
so
1, 2, 3 and the
and
4, 5, 6
right.
to go back and forth. Okay.
Well, that goes to the top and the bottom.
Right.
But .36 chord, you press it once, you will go into the to the end of the file or whatever.
It's like the edit field. It'll go.
Yeah. But I mean, you can still hit your cursor routing button above the edit field, but make sure. And the fact that you're seeing your keyboard makes me think that you are already in the edit field. I would maybe try sending text messages to people. That might be a little bit of an easier space to work with than notes.
Okay.
Try doing that.
Right.
Try doing that, and maybe use your iPhone regularly to find the people to put in to compose it, and then just practice typing in the message field, and then just start with that.
Right. Because what I'd like to be able to do is be able to write more, write better emails or write more text messages. It make it so much easier to be able to write it in Braille.
Definitely.
The other thing that confuses me is, when are you writing in grade 2 and when are you, like, sometimes, like when it shows me my my web address or something, there's some point where it shows my password. I don't even know what it is, but it's in grade 2 Braille because it says Kathy with the TH sign.
So this is Chanel. I can answer again really quickly, or we can, I don't know, Brad, if it's better to pass it to somebody else or move on. Okay. All right. So to toggle writing in contracted Braille, to toggle the way you write, it is the .236 chord. You'll toggle between like contracted, uncontracted 6 dot and 8 dot. To toggle output, it's the G chord, .1245 chord. And there's more that could go into that. Again, I highly encourage you, like I mentioned last week, take a look at AppleVis, take a look at, that's where I learned all my Braille display stuff with the iPhone. So that is a great resource.
And do you have to sign into AppleVis, or do you have to be a member, or can anybody?
Anybody.
Okay.
Brad, you just have to be a member if you want to post. Anybody else can go there and access the resources. But if you want to post something, you need to set up a user ID and be a member. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
That's all righty. Thank you. Hope that
works.
This is
Jody.
Okay. Yeah, Jody.
You just wanted to say that the e-readers are available in 42 states now. There's only 8 states where it's not available, and it's supposed to be available in more states this fall. But there is a glitch connecting the ZoomX e-reader to the iPhone that came out with the latest iOS update that they're hoping to clear up soon. So that's just for the ZoomX.
Right. 42 out of 50. Let's find out what those 8 states are, and I'll point our finger at them.
Well, I know one of them is Missouri, because I have a friend in Missouri that's anxiously waiting for one.
Yeah. All righty. That's good news. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Jody. Who's got a next question? Who hadn't had a chance?
Hi, this is Pat.
Yes, Pat. Welcome.
Thank you. I had issues this morning. I was trying to open my phone. I got 3 of the numbers in for my passcode and it stopped talking. I asked Siri to turn voiceover off and turn it back on. And I asked Jim, and he said at the bottom it was saying speak off. I did the 3-finger double tap. It wasn't telling me it was off or on. And I called Apple. I told them I had done a restart on the phone, a soft reboot or whatever. I had done that, and then I did a hard reboot. And when I was talking to Apple, it finally took the 3-finger double tap. And they go, do you have issues? You have to do it quickly. I go, I'm pretty proficient with my taps. And, it just wasn't responding. I did a hard reboot, and I don't know, it finally took the 3-finger double tap. The minute he hung up, it stopped talking again. I'm like, this is crazy. Then I called back, and it happened again when they hung up. I mean, it was working. They had me change my voice, and I changed that. They said sometimes that's an issue. They were having a lot of problems at one time, and I go, yeah, I remember that. But he said he didn't see any other problems like that. I wondered if anybody else was having problems.
This is Sri.
Go ahead, Sri.
Yes, I had the same problem. I had to do a settings reset, and then the problem went away.
Tell us how to do a settings reset and why you want to be very careful when you do that.
Yep.
What is a settings reset?
Hang on, he's going to tell you.
So basically, when you do a setting reset, it resets all the settings, your Wi-Fi settings, all your voiceover settings. It will basically bring it back to its default. And when I spoke to Apple when this issue occurred, they told me that people reported the problem, and the solution was to do a settings reset if it is occurring.
It's crazy. They give you different answers. She told me we probably needed to do a factory reset, and I told her I wasn't comfortable doing that. And she said, well, let me hang up this time, and I'll call you back on your home number. But she never did call me back. I left the phone setting a little bit, and the speak started talking. So I don't know what's going on. So I need to do a setting reset.
This is Sri.
Yeah, go ahead, Sri.
Yeah, I would say to anyone who doesn't feel comfortable doing that, just call Apple Accessibility, and they can walk you through. They can actually see the screen once you connect to Wi-Fi, because that is the first thing that you'll go in and reset is your Wi-Fi. But it did fix my issue, because I had the same thing where in the lock screen it wasn't reading the numbers, and when I reported it, I spent about 10 minutes while they're searching, and they finally found the incident.
It's like whoever, I talked to 3 different people today. I go, I am not doing a factory reset.
This is Greg.
Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
So if you do a settings reset, your voiceover settings, aren't they backed up to iCloud? So if you do a settings reset, I know you have to get reconnect with your Wi-Fi, but God, the thought of resetting all of my voiceover settings, I mean, would those be saved in iCloud, or would I have to reset everything I've changed in? Yeah, okay.
They are.
Audio now on.
So Jake, I have a question.
Button.
Yeah, go ahead, Jake.
Thanks.
Is there a difference between a full factory reset and a settings reset? Are they 2 different options?
There is. If you go into reset, there are several levels of reset. I believe there are 3 different levels. One of them, like Sri mentioned, will just reset your Wi-Fi and things of that nature. There's another one, I can't remember what it is. And then there's the nuclear option, which resets your phone to factory, which is what you do when you're going to trade it in and you want to wipe the phone.
Thomas left.
And I believe if you do that, it's like setting up a new iPhone all over again. And hopefully, if your phone is set to do automatic iCloud updates about once every 24 hours when you connect it to power at night, it usually does it. If it has not done it in the past 24 hours, it should automatically do one. So hopefully that has happened, and then you set it up from your last iCloud backup. But yes, there's several different levels of reset.
Audio now.
That's what I thought.
Mute my.
Yeah. Okay.
This
Well,
Kathy.
Pat, I wish we had a good answer for you. But
this is Kathy.
Yes, Kathy.
You know, this might sound crazy, but before anybody does any resetting, I have had my phone freeze where it won't talk, and I've tried all these things, and I mentioned this before, and I swear it sometimes still helps me. The volume just goes down. And if you just hit the volume button 20 times or something, it comes back up. And that has saved me. And it happens also when you leave a phone call, and sometimes your voice doesn't work. And sometimes it helps to just do the turn voiceover on again. But sometimes it's the volume.
I agree. I've had that happen too. Good point. Okay, who's got a question for us? We still got, I believe, plenty of time till the halfway. Who hadn't had a chance? Let's get some new blood in here.
This is Dan.
Dan, go ahead, sir.
Okay. I'm not new blood, but anyway.
Well, you are tonight. So
okay.
far you are.
Okay. Okay. There's a group, or I guess it's a group there. They have a website, iacast.net. They're associated with iMute Presents, and iAcast. They said they set up a radio station, and I can't figure out how to bring up the radio station for iCast.net. Does anybody know how to do that?
The website, icast.net. I have not been there. You went to it on Safari?
Yes, I did. I couldn't find a link for the radio station, and then I just typed in iacast.net/radio, and Google wouldn't give me a specific link for that. So I'm kind of
This
stuck.
is Chanel.
Go ahead, Chanel.
It sounds like they actually created an app, so maybe you try the App Store. I'll try to look into it and get back to you.
Okay, that'll be good.
Worst comes to worst, those guys do a show on ACB Community every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, so you can ask them yourself.
That's a good idea. Okay, thank you.
All righty. Who's got a next question for us?
This is Sri.
Go ahead, Sri.
I did want to make one other comment. When I did the settings reset, it also fixed my voicemail, listening to the voicemail. So now that when I listen to the voicemail, it toggles between your earpiece and the speaker with the double tap on the send audio button on the voicemail.
Very good. Yeah, it'll fix some things, but it's all,
Yes.
It's kind of a last resort, I think, at least. I don't advocate people do that just because. Okay, well, good. All right. Who's got another question? Anybody hadn't had a chance? Still got some time for the halfway point. I know we're all anxious for that big reveal, but.
Bridget.
Go ahead, Bridget.
Okay, I have a quick question. When you all were saying saving things in the iCloud, Now, would you save your pictures that way, and how does that work if you have a quick solution?
Okay, who can tell Bridget how she can get her iCloud set up to back up her pictures to iCloud? Who's familiar with iCloud? Nobody's familiar with using iCloud?
This is Shri.
Go ahead, Shri.
Now you can go to settings. I'm sorry, you can go to your name and then go to
in settings, open settings, and your name's at the top.
Yep. And then swipe right till you get to iCloud and double tap on that. And then swipe right till you hear photos and make sure that's turned on.
Very good.
All right.
Thank you, Shri. Give that a try, Bridget. Hopefully that'll work for you.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Next question, please.
It's Marie.
Marie, go ahead.
Since nobody's popping up, I recently got a new Apple Watch and I'd set it up, paired it, everything's all working except now my phone, I don't get a ringtone. I don't get alert tones. I get them on the watch, but not on the phone.
But that's how it's supposed to do.
It's like it's in silent mode.
That's how the watch is supposed to do.
Not too crazy about that. I left my watch at home today and went out and my phone wouldn't ring.
It should only do that when your watch is on.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound right. My watch was not with me.
This is Shri.
Go ahead, Shri.
So is this your second watch or this is your first Apple Watch?
It's the first one that's ever been paired to this phone, if that makes a difference.
Has another watch ever been paired?
Have I had another Apple Watch before? Yes.
And was that watch unpaired from your device?
Yes.
Okay. It should definitely ring on both devices because mine rings pretty much everything when an incoming call comes in.
It's like it's in silent mode. I can play music, I hear voiceover, I can hear Siri, all of that. But my alert sounds and my ringtones don't. So it's like it's in silent mode. But how do you? I go in there and it says ring mode and silent mode, but there's no button or anything to change it or switch it. So where would I go to make sure that it's on ring mode?
I'll have to look at that.
That's under sounds and haptics settings. And it says, and it gives you the definition of ring mode and silent mode, and it's acting like it's in silent mode. But I don't see a way to change it.
This is Brad. You want to look in the watch app and see what those settings are.
And look for what?
Well, there's some of the similar
sounds
settings.
And haptics.
Yeah, but it shouldn't. If the watch isn't on, you should be getting message alerts and
but
other
I'm not.
alerts on the phone. Now, even when my watch is on and the phone rings, both devices ring.
This is Greg.
Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, is there any chance that the mute switch on your phone is flipped to mute?
Yeah.
I can check that. That's a possibility. Let me check that. It could have gotten accidentally switched. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, because it was so obvious. You're wanting to blame that watch.
No, that's not it. It was not. Okay. It was not on mute. Well, I'll keep looking.
Reset that watch. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Do the same thing to your iPhone.
Yeah, I've done both. It's really.
Okay.
Just a question.
Go ahead.
If I thought I had unpaired it from another phone, but I had not, a prior watch, how would I go about fixing that if that were a problem? I don't have the old watch.
This is Brad. You can open the watch app on your iPhone, and it will tell you what watches are currently paired with that iPhone.
No, I know it's this watch because all the other settings, I can do every other setting and I've set the face and everything. So I know it's paired to this watch and this phone. Okay. I'll just keep looking at the settings.
Go ahead, Sheree.
One of the things you might want to try and do is just unpair it and repair it again and see if maybe during the installation something didn't.
Pairing an Apple Watch is such a pain. I hate doing that.
It is. But it will back up your settings when you unpair it.
Because I don't recall ever telling my phone to unmute when I pair an Apple Watch. It's always been ringing. I never had to do anything unique.
Yeah, I've never had this happen. I had other Apple Watches before, and I've never had this issue.
That's why I'm recommending maybe unpair it, repair it, because it might just fix itself.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try some settings and look through, see if I can find these settings first. But last resort. But if I unpair and pair it back, all the settings and everything will still remain, right? The way it is now.
Entry.
It will, yeah, because it's gonna look at your last reinstall. If there's anything that needs to get updated, it'll update it. It's just, I just suspect maybe something didn't get fully installed correctly.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Dana.
Dana, go ahead.
Yeah, in the voice memos app, how do you trim your recordings? Like I think I go to more, and then I go to trim end, but then I think I know what I'm doing, and but apparently I can't seem to trim what I want to be trimmed.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yep. Who's familiar with doing a little editing in the voice memos app? I know we've talked about this before, so there's got to be somebody.
This is Greg.
Let's see. Let's go, Greg, and then we'll go to Sheree.
Yeah, I was just going to say it may be a little complicated to go into on this call. That's Brad's call, but Pete Bell did a demo of trimming on voice memos. I think it's one of the Blind Abilities episodes, but Pete did a really good job of describing exactly how to do that.
Okay. Sheree, can you give us 30 seconds?
Yeah, so basically you have two options. You have what's called end trim, beginning trim, and trim in the middle. So depending on what kind of trim you're trying to do, if you're doing an end trim or beginning trim, there's one setting that you select from the starting point and your trim point, and then you just hit delete. It will delete from that. When you're trimming in between two, or trimming something in between, then you have to select the starting point and the end point. And there's another option that says delete trim, and that will take what's to the left and right and keep what's in the middle intact. So there's two different ways that you can trim on voice memo. And if this is something that people are interested, I can probably get something recorded. I can put it on the Facebook page.
Very good.
Thank you both.
All righty. Thank you, Sheree. Thank you, Dana. All righty. We got a couple more minutes. Let's see if we can get a couple more quick questions in here. We've got 3 minutes. We'll see. We'll take one and see if we can, what happens with that.
This is Jody.
Jody, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I did go into contacts and found a contact from the list. Did the one finger triple tap, and one of the choices is delete. There's quite a few choices. Quite a few choices in there, actually.
Yep, that's what Greg said. Nice little context menu. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that was nice. That was perfect. Nice and short. Let's see if we can do another one like that.
This is Sheree.
Go ahead, Sheree.
Just checking to see if anyone who's got an iPhone 14 Pro and noticed that the battery's been draining the normal draining process, that it's getting drained a lot faster.
This is Brad. I have a 14 Pro and I have not been experiencing that, but I do experience that same phenomena on my Watch Ultra.
This is true. Brad, have you noticed your battery health relatively smaller percentage than you typically would see?
I have not looked in a few days. I have been looking because I've been thinking about, it's time for new iPhones, and mine has been, believe it or not, I'm shocked. It's still saying 100%.
Wow. Okay.
I know. I'm shocked. Because you and I have had one about the same time, and yours is less, I believe.
Well, this is true. I just had to replace my battery percentage on my 12 Pro, went to 80% just last week. But
That's
I've been
right.
reading.
You don't have a 14 Pro. Never mind.
I don't have a 14, but I've been reading some threads out here that's saying that those who are having 14 Pros, their battery percentage have gone like more than like 15% since they've had it for about a year.
Interesting.
John and Austin.
Go ahead real quick, John.
What's the fastest way to answer a phone call? I answer it with Siri, but is there another way to answer a phone call?
Who can answer this question really quick, because we're pretty much at the end of our time. Just a quick way to answer a call and hang up a call.
This is David.
Let's see. Let's go, David. I heard David first.
You can do that two-finger magic tap, the two-finger double tap on the kind of the middle of the screen when the phone call's coming up.
That's it. Very good. Thank you, David. And with that, we are at the top of the hour. Sandhya, are you there?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Brad.
It's all yours.
All right. Very good. Yes, lots of good questions, and definitely encourage everybody to participate. That's wonderful. We enjoy that. Encourage that. Okay, so we'd like for anybody who didn't get to say hello the first time around, say your name and where you're from. And if this is your first time coming to this call, we'd love to hear from you as well.
Jake from Michigan.
Hey, Jake, welcome.
Thank you.
Mo in Texas.
Hey, Mo, welcome.
Pat from Ohio.
Hello, Pat. Welcome.
Hi.
Yeah, Don from Texas.
Georgia.
Hey, Dot and Miss Vanessa. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Sri from Virginia.
Hey, Sri.
Jen from Nashville.
Yes. Jen, hey, welcome.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Say hi. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see what we have. We are going to find out what our movie is. The movie will be on Friday at 8 p.m. Central. The social time is at 7:30. And we'll have name that tune and jokes and just hang out with your friends, make friends and so forth. And we do not talk tech on Friday. Absolutely not. And we just want to get together and hang out. So just come on Friday. Don't come with any questions except for fun questions. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, non-technical questions. Then after the movie, we have just share about the movie and then trivia. With those fabulous clues, I am hoping that it's somebody that we know is going to give us some clues. iBUG guy, are you out there?
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about.
Yes, I'm back. Back in the flesh. Well, sorry, in the flesh. This is a recording Michael has sent this in for you to listen to. I heard someone accuse me of
out cavorting last week, and I will have you know I was taking flamingo dancing lessons.
Flamingo? What's that?
Flamingo, yes, we would stand around on one leg and bob our heads up and down.
Who are you, Pink? No.
So,
I'll never delete the image in my mind.
and I heard Terry Ann did a fantastic job, and she stumped the audience last week. That is pretty good or bad, depending on your point of view. So, since this is Brad's night, I told our clue writers to dumb it down for you guys. And we are now ready for
Aw, I missed that.
Did you coming back in?
Can you do it again?
All right. Remember the rules. 2 rules. No, 2 rules, 1 rule. 2 rules. Rules. That's a funny word. Rules.
Go on.
First rule: say your name. Don't just be guessing out the title of the movie when you hear the clues. Second rule: 1 guess per clue. So let's get at it. Clue number our film this week takes place in Nikki's hometown in the 1990s. Is Nicolette here tonight?
Yeah, she is.
Are
Just a
you gonna give us the
reminder, we
hometown name?
really like people to participate, different people, but everybody can get on unmute, and love to hear from new people. So go ahead.
Yes, Michael, Nikki is here, but my hometown is actually Chicago. Are you thinking of San Francisco?
That's where you live right now, right? That's what
San Francisco, right. Okay, thank you.
Thanks for the correction. Not.
Yeah, not. Okay.
All right. What's happening here is pretty silent out there.
This is Shree.
Shree.
Basic Instinct.
Basic Instinct. Have we seen that one? No. Oh, that's the Kim Basinger. No, is that it?
No, that is Sharon Stone.
That's Sharon Stone. Oh, that's when she spreads her legs and all that stuff.
Mr. McCulloch, move on.
All right. That is a totally basic wrong answer. Thank you, Shree. Anyone else before we move on? These are really easy clues to read. All right, here we go. Clue number 2. It's a wise and ambitious film about the way addiction affects the fabric of a family. A wise and ambitious film about the way an addiction affects the fabric of a family. Ooh, look at that alliteration.
Oh, alliteration? It's pretty impressive.
Boop, 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 boop. Man.
Kathy.
Oh, Kathy.
It's not Go Ask Alice.
Go Ask Alice. Oh, that is, so close in some ways and so wrong in others. Which one do you want? You want the close or the wrong?
I'll take the wrong.
All right. You get the wrong time. What's wrong with my buttons here? Okay, moving on. Anybody else want to take a guess at that clue? Well,
come on, people.
Clue. Where are we? Number 3. Many films simplify the subject into a gradual onset. Wait, huh? Many films simplify the subject into a gradual onset, comma, spectacular bottom, and eventual recovery.
These are easy clues.
Who wrote these
D.
clues? Oh, D.
These are the easy ones, you guys.
D has a guess.
Who?
Delilah.
D, where you been? D from Southern Illinois.
I've been hiding. Could it be? This is an old movie, but The Lost Weekend.
The Lost Weekend. It's all around it too, but you are going to have to lose your weekend by yourself. Thank you. Anybody else before we move on to our fifth and final clue?
Four.
Nikki.
Oh, Nikki, then Shri.
This is probably way out off base, but is it possibly Vertigo?
Vertigo.
We've seen it.
I think we've seen it, yes.
Okay.
Thank
you. Got
thanks you.
DeSoto in my garage to prove it.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Okay. Shri.
Is it Crash?
Crash. Hold on, we got a caucus here with the judges. He said Crash, the one that has the 8 people. Six. No, is it 8?
Caucusing with.
Yeah, no. It's in Crash. Yeah. Okay.
Caucus involved more
All
than
right, judges have ruled. Shri, you have taken the big crash. Sorry about that, sir.
Oh.
We thought we had a winner there.
Pat.
Bullets.
Bullet
or bullets?
Yeah. Bullet.
Is there more than one?
No.
Oh no, Pat. Well. Thank you for playing. Good try, Pat.
Thanks.
So wrong.
All right, moving right along.
Okay, hold it. Okay, we're muting people. Cut.
I'm hearing some background.
Yeah, it's got to go.
All right, we're going to go on to clue number 4. The addict is relieved to finally admit their struggle. They have been hiding it too long. Ba, 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 ba.
Silence.
It is a man.
Can you repeat that clue?
Don from Houston.
Good. Oh, we're going to let Dawn jump in here before we repeat the clue. Go ahead, Ms. Dawn.
Flowers in the attic.
Flowers in the attic. Oh, God, I want to give it to you. Maybe, maybe not. Sorry, Don. Good try.
Oh,
This is David.
Oh, David's got it. I can tell.
wait,
Is it,
wasn't there somebody? Okay.
Is it Bill W?
Bill W. Wow, look at that. He knows his 12-step stuff. Mr. Bill W. Oh, you guys are dancing all around it.
This is Karen.
Pat.
Karen and then Pat.
Karen and then wait, I haven't ruled. We haven't ruled on David.
They've already decided.
Yeah. Dancing around.
I've just.
Go on.
We got parts of it, but parts of it not. Okay, let's move on.
I think it's my name is Bill
Karen.
W. My name is Bill W.
Oh, my name is Bill W. That may make a difference.
Too late. Only one guess per clue.
Maybe it might, and maybe not. Nope, not this time. Good try, David. All right, we're going to move right along to back to who was it? Karen.
Karen.
And then Pat.
Is it 100 Street?
100th Street. God, you guys know your attic movies, don't you? Good try.
Wait.
All right, Miss Pat.
How about
How about what?
Pursuit of Happiness?
Pursuit of Happiness. Ooh. I would like to see that one at another time. Thank you, Pat. All right, we're going to go on. Clue number.
Brad.
No, we're not going to clue number. Clue number 4.
5.
I thought you just did 4.
You just did 4.
Oh, clue number 5.
Oh my goodness.
It's after they go into rehab and become clean that their spouse's real unhappiness begins. Okay, Brad, do you have a guess?
I don't know. It's a wild guess. Ordinary people.
Ordinary people. We've been wanting to show that one for a long, long time, and we're going to keep waiting for a long, long time. Anybody else?
This is Vincent.
Oh, Vincent.
28 days, 29 days.
28 or 29 days. That is the general time that most insurances run out and they kick you out of rehab.
Out of rehab.
Good try, Mr. Vincent.
This is Shree.
And Shree's coming in for another guess.
Is it final analysis?
Final analysis. Who's in that one? I don't remember.
Uma Thurman and Kim Basinger and Richard Gere.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds pretty good. And guess what? Shree is completely wrong this time. Good try, Shree. All right.
Soundbite.
Gone on clue number 5. Any last desperate cries for help out there? All right.
Brooks.
Ooh, Brooks.
How about Beautiful Boy?
Beautiful boy. Oh, beautiful boy finds a cute little girl, and they go up and down the hill to fetch a pail of water.
Stop.
All right, good try, Mr. Brooks. All right, the judges have just handed me a bonus clue just for this great audience tonight.
It's not going to help them.
This is guaranteed to give it away since we are getting too many of the prizes stacked up in Sandhya's garage. What's it? Oh, the film isn't just about the wife's recovery. It's about her husband's recovery from her recovery.
Sounds like a really happy movie.
Yeah,
Karen.
Oh, Karen.
Karen.
In the days of wine and roses.
Oh gosh.
Not from the 90s.
That's from the 90s. Yeah, this is from the 90s.
No.
Like this.
Well, the original was from the 60s.
Oh, Don. Go, Don.
All right, good try, Karen. We're going to have to move on. Don.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Go to Washington. Good try. We are just going to have to say so long to everyone. And you know what? We were... Oh, Brooks.
Us.
When a man loves a woman.
When a man loves a woman. Isn't there a song like that?
Yeah.
There is.
Percy Sledge.
Who sings that? Oh,
Percy Sledge.
Oh, man.
Mike Bolden.
Huh?
Yeah, well, he covered
Michael Bolton.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't. We got to have the Percy Sledge version of that one.
Just Alexa.
Well, guess what, Brooks? You tried. I know you tried. And we are just going to have to tell you what.
Until this happens.
We will give it to Brooks. Mr. Brooks has got a ding, 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 ding winner for tonight. When a man loves a woman, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. But you know what?
Out of your ear, didn't you?
Brooks slides in there right at the wire.
Yeah.
At the wire. Way to go, Brooks. All right. Very good. All right. We're way late here, you guys. You guys
holding on to that one all along.
Hurry.
Sure.
Wow.
What are we doing next? Oh, I gotta leave, right? Oh no, we gotta get Johnny. What are we winner tonight?
All right. I thought you'd never ask. I thought we'd never get here. So here we go, Brooks. All for you. A copy of The Velveteen Rabbit. Velveteen Rabbit by Marjorie Williams. And I know you love the illustrations, and those are by Alan Atkinson. So there you go. Enjoy your book. It's a very sweet book. And we are going to wrap this up, and I'm going to mute whoever is playing music. Okay. Good job, Brooks. Okay. All right. All right. Very good. That was painful, but okay. Very good. Glad we had a winner. Okay. All right. So now we are going to have our iBUG Bites segment. I know you thought we'd never get here. Just in case you missed it, the movie is When a Man Loves a Woman. That is the movie from 1994, Meg Ryan and Andy Garcia. And so come for that at 8 p.m. on Friday, and we will see you then. All right, now, we're going to hand it over back to Brad for the iBUG Bite segment. Brad, are you ready?
Yeah, I woke up. Okay.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. I'm here.
Okay.
Hopefully this won't be as long and drawn out. This will be short and sweet, actually. Much less painful.
Oh, okay.
Many of us like to use Siri when we send a message. And Siri always listens to us and then says, "Are you sure that's what you want to do? Do you want me to send it now?" Well, wouldn't it be nice if Siri just sent the thing without asking? Because we wouldn't be asking to send a message if we didn't want to send it. So let's take a look at this, okay? So I have my trusty little iPhone here.
2024.
We can all hear that. Let's open her up. Now I'm going to try to
Calendar.
send in a message.
Monday, August 21st.
This is
Settings.
short. I know time is of the essence, but this is real short. So we're going to do before and after. So here we're going to send a message. Send a message to Sandhya Rao. Oh, I can't hear it. It does not come through.
Calendar. Monday, August 21st.
Let's try this again. Send a message to Sandhya Rao. Hi, how are you doing? Send it. I'm going to try. I don't know if we can hear that.
Calendar. Monday, August 21st.
Phone set to send the sound to the computer, but Siri doesn't come to the computer. Anyway, she asked me to send it. Okay. Let's see what happens when we open settings.
Apps, settings, active.
We go to settings.
Home screen, accessibility, wallpaper, Siri and search, button.
There you go. Siri and search. Okay. Open it up.
Content from Apple, heading.
And there is a
Show and look
setting
up,
in here.
on. Siri voice, Siri responsive, announce call, announce notifications, my information, Brad, Siri and dictation, automatically send messages, button.
Automatically send messages button. So we open this up.
Automatically send messages, off.
And it says off. So I'm going to turn it on.
On.
Okay.
Siri will automatically send messages unless you ask to change or cancel.
Says we heard that.
Also when connected to, heading.
And then there's a couple other options here.
Headphones, on.
Okay, so you want it to work when there's headphones on.
CarPlay, on.
CarPlay, I know we're all using CarPlay in here. So that's another option. That's it. So
Siri and search, back button. Siri and search.
I'm going to get out of here. So much
App,
for
setting,
my demo.
home, calendar, Monday, August 21st.
Turn the volume up here on this thing, and maybe my microphone will pick up Siri. Okay, I'm going to try this again. Send a message to Sandhya Rao. Here's a second message to see how you're doing. And it
calendar,
read it.
Monday,
I don't know
August
if you can
21st.
hear that. Probably not. But it read it back and just said sending. Didn't ask me what I wanted to do. Sorry if that didn't go out over the microphone. That was my plan, but that's the demo. Sorry it's not as involved as the clues, but figure we all needed a break anyway.
Thank you, Brad.
Did you hear Siri?
I heard a little bit from the beginning, the first one, but not the second one.
Really? Because I was holding it right up to the microphone. Oh, well.
That's fine. It's good. That's
I had a
helpful...
good plan, but you know what happens to plans. Like Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan till you get punched in the face.
Oh, wow.
Yep, that's what he said.
Life is what happens. Plans.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's another.
Right.
That's another one.
All right. So we are going to unmute and all right, who's got any questions for Brad about Siri? And I don't want to say her name, but how to quickly send message.
Marty,
Go, Marty.
Go ahead, Marty.
Brad, is the default I guess automatic on is not the default?
No, you have to go in. You have to go in and turn this on in order for it to. The default is for you to dictate a message and Siri reads it to you, and then says,
right.
"Do you want to send it?" And then
So
you have
if
to say
automatic
yes.
is on, it will not read it. It will just send it.
It did read it back to me. That's what you couldn't hear. It did read it back, and then it just goes sent. Now, caveat to that is when I first turned it on, the first 2 or 3 times I played with it, it did say that I could ask it to edit. I can't remember what it said. Edit if I wanted, or cancel. But if I don't say edit or cancel, it just sent it. And then after, and I kept thinking, well, that's no good. I wanted it to just send it. But after I did it 2 or 3 times, it stopped asking me. It reads it and just goes sent. So I guess it,
So I guess the only downside to that is if it reads it, you can't interrupt and say do not send.
Yeah, it said the choices are edit or cancel. And it told me
No, but after the first 3 times when you said it just sends it,
you could
after it
still
reads it.
do it. It just doesn't tell you that that's what you could do.
Oh,
it tells
okay,
you that the first 3 times, or I think it was 3. So and then it says, okay, I've told you 3 times. I'm not going to tell you anymore because now you
Right.
know. So it just
Okay.
reads it and goes sent. So if you read it and you don't like it, you quickly say edit or cancel and try it again. But you know what? I have found, much to my surprise, because I never really use this, because when I open messages and dictate, how many times I have to edit the thing to make sure it's right. But I've been playing with this for the last couple of days, and I find Siri gets it right more times than the other way. So I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Siri does something right. 12 years.
Maybe it
and I just
uses
now
a
figured it
different.
out.
Maybe it uses a more precise algorithm that
No
that's like
clue.
under the hood.
Could be
Yeah.
anything. I don't know. Just seems to work pretty well.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Anybody else got a question?
Brad, hi, it's Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hi. Were you holding the side button down because you didn't say?
Yeah,
Hey,
I don't
Siri,
use Hey
send it.
Siri. I don't like Hey Siri, but yes, you could use Hey Siri if you wanted. I hold the side button down. Hey Siri eats battery, and it's got security concerns. That's why I don't use it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Vanessa again.
Yes.
I want to say that I think it was last week where you put your finger, if you're going to do or send a text on the edit, and then you take your other finger and tap. I actually love that. I've been doing it.
Okay, that was
That was
actually
last
Greg,
week,
but
somebody did
yes.
that.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you.
Hey, that's exciting. People actually doing
People learn something here and actually use it.
I
Wow.
know. That's great.
We love feedback.
Wait, how much did we pay her to say that? I don't know.
Give Greg a gold star.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else?
Very good.
This is Paul.
Go ahead, Paul.
Could you repeat whatever that last thing was? I didn't catch that the last time.
Where what?
What you tapping on just the last.
Last week Greg did a demo on using what we call the 2-finger split tap. You put one finger on the button that you want to, like if you're typing, or as Vanessa said, to send a message, and then with the second finger, either on the same hand or the other hand, touch the screen, and it will you don't have to do a double tap.
Okay.
You don't have to touch something and then do a double tap afterwards.
Okay. I'll give that a try. Thanks.
All right.
Bridget, go ahead.
Yes, what is maybe one of the security issues by saying "Hey Siri" instead of?
It works when your phone is locked. Anyone can pick up your phone and use Siri even if your phone is locked. That's why I do not use it.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Dawn from Houston.
Go ahead, Don.
I missed what you were saying about saying the Hey Siri, it uses a lot of battery power,
So,
and
'cause
the other
it's
thing that she was just saying about security.
well, when if you use Hey Siri, it's always listening. That causes a drain on your battery, so it's using battery power. It'll drain your battery faster. And when you have Hey Siri turned on, it is always listening, and therefore it works even when your phone is locked, which means someone other than you can pick up your phone and have access to your phone.
I respect your privacy, so I only listen when you wake me up.
This other lady is here on the desk talking.
You can learn about Apple's.
Oh no, that's my HomePod.
Okay.
Pat.
Yeah, it's my HomePod talking.
Go ahead, Pat.
Okay, so if I turn Hey Siri off and I'm using a headset, will I be able to just say, Siri, send a text message?
You got to hold the home. You got to activate Siri by some other way. And I activate Siri by holding the side button on my phone.
Okay, thanks.
It's Kathy.
Go ahead, Kathy.
Doesn't Hey Siri somehow know your voice? Because I mean, like Paul and I
Hold
can't.
it, stop. My demo is not on Hey Siri. My demo is on
sorry.
using Siri to send messages and using a toggle that makes it so it doesn't ask you if you want to send. It just sends it automatically. That's what the demo is about.
Great. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you.
That's okay. Anybody else? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brad. Definitely annoying when she does that. So that's great. I mean, it's designed that way, so that's a good way that we can circumvent that and speed up the process. So thank you. All right, now somebody who hasn't had a turn. I really want to encourage anybody that didn't get a chance to ask a question during the first busy half. We'd love to have you. Go ahead, say your name, and we will take your question. Try to answer it too. Who knows? So, who'd like to go?
Hi, it's Vanessa.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Hi. So anyway, I just got the 14, and how do I? Yeah, it was given to me. That was a blessing. So how do I? Yes, and I do notice that my on the side button, the triple thing is not activated. So how do I activate that, please? Someone?
Okay, who would like to help Miss Vanessa on setting up the voiceover shortcut? Voiceover shortcut.
This is Marty.
Go ahead, Marty. Let's go.
In accessibility, Vanessa, I believe you go to the very last item at the bottom of all the options, and it will say voiceover short. It will say shortcut, and it will give you a number of. Well, I think you can only activate one or two. It will give you choices, and then you just select voiceover as the shortcut, so that when you triple click your side button, it would turn voiceover on or off.
Okay. All right. Thank you, my friend from Canada.
No, I'm from Philly.
Oh, Philly. Oh, my God.
He's closer than you think. Be
This is
careful. Be careful. Go ahead, Sri.
I just want to say, typically when you do get a new phone, in this case, and it wasn't a new phone, but if you do get a new phone from like Apple or from your carrier, pressing the side button 3 times will by default turn on and off voiceover.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. Very good, Miss Vanessa. Good question. Okay, who's got a new question? Somebody new? Somebody not new?
This is Karen.
Go, Karen.
I have one event on my weekly calendar that I put 3 stars next to it just because. And for some reason, the phone, I don't know, it's just weird how it recognizes. that it's an important event. And starting like an hour before, it gives me like these constant notifications of the meeting. Is that because of the stars, or is there something else going on that I don't realize?
All right. Is somebody watching Karen's events? Who would like to help Karen? Why is she getting all these notifications?
Pat,
Go, Pat.
did you set up an alert for 1 hour before?
No. And I get about 5, 6, 7 alerts starting an hour before.
Okay.
The
Anybody
only
else
thing that's
use?
different is it has stars, like 3 asterisks in front of it. Like, next to the name of the event. So I think it has something
Maybe
to
you
do
could try
I don't know.
taking out the stars next time and see what happens. Anybody
This is
else?
Shri.
Oh, Shri.
Are you acknowledging it the first time you get the notification?
Or
are you just letting
I
it
don't
go?
know.
Because I suspect if you're not acknowledging it, it's just repeating that, hey, you got a notification.
No, it's not. It's not repeating it. They're new ones. Because it's doing like a countdown.
Is it the same notification?
Yep. But,
That's what I'm saying.
it'll be
I'm
like,
saying it's just repeating
maybe like
because
an
you
hour
haven't.
from now.
I'm just saying that if you didn't acknowledge it, it's probably just going to repeat it till you acknowledge it. Till the
That's the
event
only one that
starts.
does it like that.
Oh, okay.
That is literally the only meeting that does it repeatedly. Because it even says you have an important meeting in like 20 minutes. You have an important meeting in 15 minutes.
This is
I think
Terry.
it's a very important meeting, something like that.
Go, Terry Ann.
You can individually set meetings to repeat or reminders of meetings to repeat or not. So you might need to go in there and just make sure that you don't have that repeat turned on or repeat set to remind you so many minutes before and then continue to repeat until you actually turn it off. You just want to make sure that that is not set to the on position, because you can set that for individual events.
This is Liz.
Go, Liz.
On this meeting or appointment or whatever it was, are there multiple people on the invite portion of the event?
No.
No? Okay. So I know if everybody sets a reminder, they do all can go off.
Okay. All right, Karen. You'll have to let us know. So that just back to Shri's point, he was saying if you dismiss it the first time, maybe it won't keep repeating. But it sounds like you did try to dismiss it, and it still keeps happening. I wasn't clear on that.
Yep, it does keep happening.
Okay.
And I just get notifications all the time, but it's the only one that does it, and it says you have a very important meeting.
Okay, well, try it without the stars and see what happens.
This is Greg.
Go, Greg.
Yeah, you might want to delete the event and then re-enter it and see if that fixes the issue.
Or create a practice one. Create something else and see if it does it too.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Okay, next question. Somebody new? Who got a question? Anybody?
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
I just want to make a quick comment getting back to the SIRI question. There's a lot of headsets have a Siri button on them. I have 2 different sets of headsets, and I can activate Siri through the headset.
Right. Okay, thank you. All right. Who else? Thank you, Jody. Next question. Anybody else?
This is Terry.
Go ahead.
What is the most recent WatchOS update? What number are we up to now? I think I've got the most recent update on my watch, and yet when I take it off the charger, it keeps telling me that I have a new update, and
This is
yet when
Brad.
I go there and
Go ahead, Brad.
9.6.1. They came out with that update last week. So
yep,
you probably do have an update that you need to do.
I did it.
9.6.1 or
Yes.
9.6?
0.1.
No, I double check it. Open the watch app on your phone, go to software update, double check it.
Yep.
My guess is it downloaded it, but it hadn't installed it. Probably wants you to type in your passcode or something like that.
Yeah, I'll go check, but okay. 9.6.1. That's what I thought. Okay, thanks.
All right, very good. Next question. Who's next? Lots of good stuff out there. Anybody try any new gestures? Preferably on your iPhone. Well, I will tell you, I'm still having that issue with Bard. I keep getting kicked out of whatever I'm reading, and then it says recently reading, and then I have to keep going. It's kind of like a circle. I would like for them to fix that. It's kind of frustrating. So, anyway.
Brad, did you delete the app and re-download it?
Okay, haven't done that. Go ahead,
This is
Terry Ann.
Sandhya. This is Pete.
Hang on, Terry Ann, and then Pete. Go ahead, Terry
Okay.
Bard is asking for beta testers because apparently they're trying to fix some things. And so as you mentioned that, it made me think of that.
This is Brad. That's for the website.
Hang
They're
on.
beta testing a new version of the website.
All right, let's go to Pete. Go, Pete.
I'm just going to ask if you had sent in a trouble ticket.
No.
Through the in the settings, I think there's a way to. It tells you how to do that.
I'll confess I didn't do that. I need to do that. It's been going on a while. Okay. Can't read my People magazine, you know. All right. Okay. Who else? I'm not kidding. It's my fun stuff there.
Could be worse, I guess.
Okay. Yes. Who else would like to ask a question? Problems? I have been. Yes, Bridget?
Okay, I know I go under settings, but once I get there, where do I go to check my updates, what I have not updated?
Oh, what a great question.
Pete.
Who would like to help? Okay, go ahead, Pete.
Bridget, if you go under settings, flick down to general. And then once you get into the general screen, you'll see software update. Now, this is only to tell you what iOS update is the latest. It'll tell you if there's one waiting or one pending, and you can tell it to download it and or install it. But that's under general. So flick down to general and then go into software update, and that'll tell you your iOS. Now, if you're wondering about individual apps, like you've got an app on your phone, you just want to know if you got the latest update. Well, then you need to go to the App Store. Is that what you're asking about, or is it the iOS?
The iOS. You gave me the answer. The first question. The first
okay.
one. You
all right.
Great. Thank you.
Good job.
You got it. Yes, ma'am.
Stop while we're ahead. Thank you, Pete.
Enough to make me confused, but that was it.
You're doing great, Miss Bridget. You're doing great. Okay. All right. Who else? New question. Anybody else? Well, I will share something I've been playing with the camera and photo app and just all kinds of things that are out there. Searching for things and finding pictures of my dog. I mean, it's like I just didn't realize how powerful it is. So it's been really fun. So I'll be sharing that with you guys pretty soon. But it's very cool what you can do with the
Audio unmuted. This is Jake.
Go ahead, Jake.
What application are you using to do it?
Just the basic camera app and the Photos app. So in conjunction, they're working with them together. So it's really cool. Yeah.
With the cameras, you use the camera app to take a picture, and the Photos app describes it to you.
Yeah, well, you can you can even use the camera app to get information about a picture, and then you can. I mean that tech. I mean, I don't know what it. When you go to like Facebook or whatever, you can explore photos. I mean, that's I think universal now. But you know, you can get information, but from the camera app, you can get more information about when it was taken, where it was taken, and adding information. So it's just there's a lot more that we can do that we weren't able to do before. So it's
okay, yeah, that'll be interesting to hear.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. I've just been so amazed by what I've been able to do. So all right.
Also, Karen.
Go ahead, Karen.
Speaking of cameras, I know you guys probably demoed this before, but what is the trick to getting the camera to be QR codes? Because it's not working for me.
QR codes. Who's our QR expert? Or anybody know how to take QR codes? Anybody? QR codes.
This is Jody.
Go, Jody.
You can actually add QR code reader to your control center. And then when you bring your control center up, go into the status bar and 3-finger swipe up. When you're in the control center, you can then just tap on QR code. And then you can, that activates it and reads it.
Okay, but just using the camera itself just wasn't working. I don't want to do the control.
No, you don't even have to open the camera. Just go to your control center and hit QR code there. But you have to add it to the control center.
But isn't using the camera faster?
Does it use it in the camera settings? I don't know about the camera settings.
Isn't using the camera to read QR codes, isn't that faster than going to the control center? My thing is it's not working. I can't get it to work. And I was wondering if anybody else had that problem.
This is David.
Go, David.
Yeah, if you use the camera, it is very confusing because there's like a little button you have to find. Sorry. I think some people even have a little bit of trouble with it. And because it's going to like give you all those other camera controls, and there's so many controls in the new camera, and that button just kind of gets lost. So I think that the suggestion to use the dedicated QR reader is better if you're going to be doing a lot of that, like at restaurants or wherever you need to use them. So you have a dedicated tool that will just only look for QR codes and not assume you're going to take a picture.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Pete, anything to add to that?
Yeah, I just wanted to remind you, Karen, to be sure you put the QR reader tool, the feature, into the control center. So it's there when you open the control center. But you do that by going into settings and flicking down to control center. And then you'll have a list of included items. And if it's not in the included list, then keep flicking down and you'll get to additional items that you can add to the control center. Tap on QR reader there, and then you'll have it in the control center. So it's a lot quicker.
All right. And yes, we have actually done a demo of that in one of our Byte segments. So hopefully you can find that and that will help you. Thank you. All right. Great question, Karen. All right. Next, new question, buddy.
This is Liz.
Go, Liz.
It's kind of a QR question, but it's not for, pointing your phone at it and reading it. What about the ones that come in like emails? How in the world do you read those?
Hey, anybody reading QR codes in emails? Guess I didn't know there were QR codes in the emails.
I didn't either, but I've gotten some. It's like, if it's in your phone, how do you read it?
I don't know what it. Anybody? No. Would you be able to still use the QR code reader? You're not pointing at it because it's on your phone. Okay. Maybe you need
This is
another.
Brad.
Go, Brad.
You're probably going to have the email on the computer and then hold the QR code up to your computer screen because the QR code reader uses the camera on your iPhone.
All right.
Yeah, the problem with that is I don't have a computer right
How
now.
about somebody else's iPhone or somebody else's phone?
Yeah. I don't know what else to tell you.
All right, there we go. Okay, thank you, Liz. All right, who else? Anybody else? New question? Okay.
This is Vincent.
Oh, hey, Vincent, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention somebody brought up an issue with Zoom. There was an update to date, an iOS update for Zoom. So the problem might be related to that. Maybe if he downloads the latest update, the issue would be resolved. I don't know if it is if it was available in the OS system. I haven't checked the computer, but it was for iOS. It was released today.
Okay, Zoom has had seems like a lot of updates, or I don't know, just like every time I restart my computer, it's like, got a new update. Okay. All right.
Job justification.
Yeah, right. All right. New question. Anybody else?
Bridget.
There she is. Go ahead. Speak a little louder.
Okay. I recall hearing this. Someone was talking about taking a photo being visually impaired. So does the phone tell you if the object you're aiming at is it centered?
Yes, if it's a person, it will tell you that. Yeah. That's actually what I'm going to be talking about. So yes. It's pretty cool.
Okay, when?
Huh? Sorry?
When are you going to be talking about it?
Oh, it's an upcoming demo. I actually am not decided, but it's really important. I think, people think blind people, oh, we don't really need to take pictures, but we really do. I mean, there is a lot of uses for it. So yes, that will be coming soon. Huh?
I say that would be great because that's all I used to do, take pictures.
Aw, very good.
But now I don't.
Well, I'm going to help you with that. Okay, it will come soon, hopefully soon.
This is Terry.
Okay, great, Miss Bridget. Go ahead, Terry. And
I have not read it, but I have heard her talk about it. Judy Dixon has a great book about how to take pictures with your phone. Tips and tricks for somebody who is blind or visually impaired.
All right.
And I understand you can get it through National Braille Press, and I know from several sources. In addition to Judy, of course, she thinks it's great, but it is. That it really is a very worthwhile read if you're into that. She gives some great tips and tricks about how to do that.
All right. Thank you, Terry. And who has a 1-minute question? Anybody?
This is Ed.
Go, Ed. 1 minute.
This is Ed from Lake Joe in Muskoka. I'm at a blind resort.
Where have you been? Where were you?
Well, I've been walking. I was at a campfire and I sit around and talk and meet all kinds of people.
Oh my goodness!
It's an all-week thing. I'm not sure if I'll be at the movie on Friday, but I did want to find out what it is. And that's
the
my
movie.
Question.
You want to know what the movie is?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come on.
It's well, you know what? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to go ahead and the movie is When a Man Loves a Woman. Ed.
When a Man Loves a Woman.
Yes, and it could be a song. Yes.
So. Yeah, could be a song.
Could be a song. Yeah, definitely come. It sounds like a real cheerful movie. So yes, definitely come for that. I'll go ahead and re-summarize, not re-summarize. Oh, Brad, thank you, Brad, for helping facilitate tonight.
Forgotten about.
I forgot about you.
Yeah.
How could I forget about you? Yes.
Good job, Brad.
And so we have, what do we have going on this week? We have lots of stuff. So tomorrow is a busy day. We have 2 events. iBUG Mini Buzz on Clubhouse from 5 to 6. Mac and Talk in the evening from 7 to 8:30. We're off on Wednesday. Thursday is It's iBugs Live. We're going to be talking about better to be safe and not sorry. We have a great presentation about how to stay safe and not sorry when you're traveling and when you're in your own house. These are tips and tricks for a blind person. Then the movie is, like I said, When a Man Loves a Woman, 8 p.m. And then we said we are not having an Apple workshop this week because part of our team will be out of town in San Antonio. So they will be representing.
Only part of it.
They will be representing us. So we are so happy. We are excited to have this opportunity to be a part of ACBT and looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. So we look forward to, but like I said, we'll have the Apple workshop back again in September. We have lots of fun things coming up in September. We're almost done. The 600th call is coming up, so get ready for that. That will be on September 11th, just to let you know. It's a special call. And so you'll be seeing some announcements about that. Well, I think. So it's always a fun call. So we hope that you will plan to be there for that. And let's see. I think that's it for now. The book club will be on September 14th, and you can get started reading. The book is called
Wish You Were Here.
Wish You Were Here. Thank you, Pete. I wish you were here too. Okay, and it's by Jodi Picoult. I don't know how to spell her name, but Picoult. Okay, take my word for it. Okay, so we will.
It's the story of Pink Floyd, is it?
What?
No,
it's not the story.
Okay.
It's not the story of Pink Floyd, right?
Wishing You Were Here. That's another song that could be from Chicago. Okay. All right. So now we are going to say goodnight because it's time to go eat dinner. Good night, everybody. Good night,
Good
night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, Ed, even though you were late.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, John Boy. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Wish You Were Here is a good book.